Hello there everybody, Victoria Lampini here, and today I am going to be showing you some of my favorite little tips and tricks of Photoshop to do all kinds of cool things. First off, let's start off with a photo. Let me see if I can find a good one. Let's see here. Here's a photo we can use for reference. Well, not reference, but something to play around with a little bit. If you're into abandoned amusement parks, you probably already recognize this place, Aqualand. Yeah, that little duck roller coaster is hard to miss. Now the first thing I want to show you is the oil paint feature, the oil paint filter. We go to filter up here, we go to stylize, and we go to oil paint. As you can probably see in this little thing right here, we can actually make it look like that this photo is a painting by just using this feature. We can style things up a bit, but we want it to look don't want it to go too far. It's something about playing around a little bit with this feature. See, kinda like that. Pretty neat, huh? Now something else I want to show you is when we go to image and we go to adjustments to hue and saturation, we can change the saturation of this drawing and take away a bit of the color. Now when we do that, it kind of gives this a little bit more of an ominous feel to it, doesn't it? Now something else we can do is go to image, adjustments, and exposure. And if we tweak around with the features here, we can modify the brightness and depending on the parts of the photo. Now let me see if we can try to modify the sky. What we can do right here is we could pick the quick selection tool. See if we can select every part of the sky that we can find. Okay, looks like we got it all selected. So let's go to image, adjustment, exposure, and turn down the lighting a bit. Seems like it's a bit on the uneven side. So something that we could do is you can go back to the stylize. And that kind of blends things in a bit. Let's select a bit more. something else that we can do is we can make this look a little more like a poster. What we can do is first we can go to filter, go to filter gallery. We can go to the artistic tab and go to poster edges. And we can play around with things here a bit. But aren't these features pretty cool? Kind of looking like a comic book, isn't it? So there we have that. Also, if you want to take away the color entirely, we can go to Image, Adjustments, and go to Black and White. And on here you can modify the lighting a little bit. Yeah, those are some tricks to modifying photos. Another trick that I really like in Photoshop is something that you can do with the gradient tool. Let me just make this all black, and we go to the gradient tool, turn it to white, and something that I really like to do is make this really cool effect, this stripe effect. You see we have it all white here, but up here we have the opacity. So first thing we're going to do is that we're going to bump this opacity down to 0 here and 0 here as well. Then we go up here, bring the opacity up to 100. Then we put another here, bring the opacity down to 0. And we basically make a pattern of both of them, and create many of these. There we go. Now, when we're on here, this part, watch what happens when we do this. Pretty cool, huh? And when we do this, pretty neat. Pretty cool, huh? And if we were to add a little bit more, maybe. Wow. Pretty neat, huh? Also, when it comes down to using the brushes, there are lots of things that you could do to tweak them. First up, let's choose a brush that we could play around with. Let's see here. I've got a lot of really cool brushes, like I've got these cool star brushes. I don't really remember how I got them, but maybe you can search for them online. Wait, bring the opacity up. we go. Now let's go to Window and go to Brush Settings. Let's change things out a bit. Shape Dynamics. We can change the shape of each one, the angle. Then we could go to the Scattering tool and scatter it. Then we could even go to Color Dynamics, change the hue and brightness. Now, when we make the stars, they'll look like this. Let's make them a little smaller. Pretty neat, huh? Anyway, yeah, those are some of my favorite little tricks for Photoshop. Hopefully you guys found this pretty useful. Some things that you might be able to do for fun. So, hope you liked this little video. Hopefully I'll see you guys in another one. Please be sure to comment and subscribe. And be sure to check out my website at paranovauniverse.com. I'll leave a link in the description. Okay, bye.